Hi everyone, and welcome to this video on my channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about what the first 6 houses of the zodiac represent in a person's birth chart. So from a birth chart perspective, this has been done a lot, obviously, by a lot of different people, a lot of different websites, books, everything. It's just my what I feel is probably the most pressing and the most vital essence of what each of those houses are. Because there's a lot that you could say for every house, you know. First house, ascendant house. Um, so for me, I would say that is just the house of the persona. That is the persona, is the mask. And a lot of people would say, you know, like, oh, mask is maybe not a good word because it kind of downplays or disregards the importance of it. I don't think so. A mask is incredibly important. It's by mask I don't mean fake. I don't mean like plastic or doesn't matter. No, it's very important. Like you need that in order to navigate in the world, and that is the mask that we wear in order to navigate through the world. So that's what that is really. It's, you know, so that is like yeah, like your physical form, the clothes that you wear, your body language, the way, the lens in which you view the world, because you view it from the lens of this mask, and they view, the world views you when they see the mask, and they view that. So it's the filter, it's like the prism in which we view the world views us, and the way that we naturally are, instinctively are. So it's the house of self, and it's not the house of self as in self-image or anything like that. It's automatic. Like, it's so automatic there. It's not like this is how I want to be, and this is the persona that I'm going to craft and create, and I'm going to put this out in the world. That's more of a midheaven thing, and I was maybe even a fifth house thing. In terms of, I want to create this image, I want to be like this. The first house is just how you really are. It's how you really are, like that. And it's also how you initiate projects, initiate change, initiation, because it's the first, you know. But it's automatic and it's unconscious, just how we are and how we do things. Second house is the house of values. It's but material possessions, material gain, finances, they, you know, like that gets talked a lot about the second house, and that is a huge thing. But for the second house, it's just values of all kind, you know, like uh how you aspire, or the things that you aspire to, the things that you hold in high esteem, the maybe even the way that you want to be, and the life that you want to have, maybe the home that you want to have, maybe even the job that you want to have. It's just all the things that you want, and all the things that you identify with, and say, this is what I identify with, this is what I want, and I want to create more of this. I want to get things in this particular way, in this fashion, and in accordance to the second house, the ruler of that, and any planets that we have there, and any aspects to the planets there. The second house is all about, this is the values that I aspire to. And it's more conscious than the first house, because the first house is a bit more automatic. The second house is a bit more, you're more aware of it, you know? You're more aware of that. And the third house is you know, it's communication, it's the mind, it's the mental realm, and by that I don't mean emotions, although the thoughts and the thinking style that you have and the communication style absolutely has everything to do with emotions. But it's the way that you communicate, and it's also the way that you interpret other people's communication, the way that you interpret other people's words, and actions as well, the way that you take that and make sense of it. So it's making, the third house is really making sense, analyzing, being analytical about the spoken word that you hear, and also about what you put out there. So yeah, a person with like a Libra third house might be a very charming, gentle communicator. um I got Scorpio in ruling the third house. I also have Pluto and Scorpio in the third house. So there have been times where I've been quite laser focused on maybe something someone has said or something someone's did, or I could maybe pick up on something. I could potentially maybe in the past be quite sharp with my words. And I think it's due to that Pluto in the third house, Scorpio, which I'm more aware of now. Also the house, as well as being the house of the mind and communication, is also the house of early education, early neighborhood, early childhood environment, and siblings as well as short trips, small talk, and things like that. And these experiences, these childhood experiences, create the foundation for our third house. So these experiences that we have create our thinking and communication and rationalization kind of style. Again, it's thought and communication, it's not emotion, but the thought and communication that we have and we experience absolutely impacts our emotions, but it takes that and it's a different thing, really. Fourth house is just like the first house, is an angular house. So it's on, this is the IC. This is the most deep part of a person's chart. It's the most hidden, and this is what we would regard as the roots of the tree of a person's birth chart. 10th house, midheaven being the trunk and the leaves and the branches, and then the fourth house being the center of the roots underground that we can't see. So this is the house that we can't see. This is the house of the past. It's the house of the family. It's the house of behind closed doors. The house of the home. It's private. It's the house of nurturing for the self, like how you provide nurturing for yourself. Um, it's the house because it's roots. It's your foundation. You need, if you're going to thrive and be strong up there, you need strong roots, strong foundation. So this is the house of personal foundation, and that's why it takes on aspects of, you know, family, lineage, the home, at the deepest, most private parts of our psyche, our minds and our lives and our families. So it's a very, very hidden house, very hidden, incredibly important. Fifth house is the house of creativity, self-expression. So this is again the house of like the self, because this is where the sun naturally resides in here, along with Leo. This is where the sun naturally resides. So it's the house of the self. Now the first house is kind of the house of the self, but the fifth house is like that, but it's a more conscious way. Like it's identity, it's awareness. It is this is it's the house of I am. You know, first house is just doing all the things. The fifth house is saying this is who I am and this is what I am doing. It's aware. So there's a real awareness here. So it's associated with like the spotlight, acting, music, creating, just being creative, being the spotlight, being admired, and being a kind of central kind of figure, even, and having people look at us. And it's also the house of the moment, the present moment. Um, Whereas its opposite house, the 11th, is the house of the future. You know, the fifth house is the house of the present moment. So enjoying the moment, having fun. This house is associated with fun. It is very much associated with fun, as well as creativity. It's also sex as well, the house of sex, and partying, I suppose, as well. Just anything that you create and bring into the world as well. So it's a creative house, and it's all about, you know, this is who I am, and this is how I express myself, and this is what I create and bring into the world. The sixth house is the last of the hidden houses, and the sixth house is the house of the body. It's the house of health, also the house of illness, and it's also the house of work. By work, I don't mean career, I mean actual work, like daily work. Like, what does your daily life look like? What does your daily working life look like? What is your health routine like? What is your lifestyle like? What your daily, because it's a routine house, and it's about really the the important things that we have to do in order to sustain a life in this third or fourth dimension, if you want to include time, space-time reality. So we're here, we have this body, we're in this realm, but we can't just exist and just with nothing. We have to do things. So we have to eat, we have to shower, we have to wash our clothes, we have to go to work, we have to upkeep our homes, you know, like and things like that. So the sixth house is very much about devotion toward, you know, like the body, work, the home, things like that. So it's a maybe a bit of a mundane house. Like some people think it's maybe mundane because it's not so glamorous or fun. It's not like it's a fifth house. It's not like it's a super deep emotional house like the fourth either. It's really it's work. It's the house of work, and the body and health, and then illness as well might show up in the sixth house. And it's really a house of physicality, like real physical reality. Like this is the reality here. We got to work, we got to pay these bills, we got to look after the body. So the sixth house is about those duties that must take place, and it's also the house of self-betterment. So I want to do better, I want to strive to do better, look after myself, and also looking after other people. So the house of responsibilities, as well as health and work, uh, helping other people to be better and working for other people. And it's also the house of servitude and responsibility toward other people as well. So yeah, those are the first six houses. I'm going to do another video on the next six houses of the zodiac after this one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and got something from it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and like and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.